Welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news. Coming up in today's episode, Forest have a bid rejected for French superstar. What is the truth behind Jonjo? Is he a red? The link with Yakubu is serious, and Hwang will face trial against his alleged allegations. All this and plenty more coming up on your latest Nottingham Forest news. Let's get into it. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news. As always, please don't forget to take a quick second, hit that like button, subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new, and there is an absolutely cracking prize from Football Prizes. This signed framed Anderson Boo, our new boy from Newcastle. You can get that right now from Football Prizes. You can get an insta win of Callum Hudson-Odoi's shirt if you hit ticket number 140. These are going to go like hotcakes, so scan the QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments and go grab your tickets. That is a beauty. Right guys, let's jump into the news. There is plenty to talk about today, and we've got to start with Youssouf Fofana. This is the French international. This is one beast of a player. This is a player who potentially would be fighting Sangare's position in the team sheet, and Forest have put a bid in him for just over £25 million, about 30 million euros, and it has been rejected by Monaco. And he's going to AC Milan. Thanks for watching. I mean, what can you say? Well, let's talk about him a bit, because he's an absolute quality player. He's played 21 times for France, scoring 3 goals. He's been at Monaco since 2020, 143 games, 6 goals. Look, the goal stats or whatever, because that's not his position. He is, for me, a CDM, but he's an advanced CDM. He's pretty similar to Sangare. Okay, maybe that's putting you guys off if I say the S word on here. I know how some of you feel about him. But just put that to one side and then ask yourself this question. If Forest have put in a bid for a player like Youssouf Fofana, who I think would be a marquee signing, by the way, if we had got him, but that's by and by now. The question then stands. The real important question off the back of this is that Nuno isn't that convinced with Sangare, or Yates, if you want to call Yates in that position, or Danilo maybe, who can play that position. We still haven't got that out-and-out 6. And for me, this is still a problem position for Nottingham Forest. And in a way, it's good to see that Nuno is trying to address this. Now, I still have, and here we go in the comments, no doubt, full faith that Sangare is going to be that player. Tumbleweed moment. Crypto, where are you? But I do think it is the right move to go and recruit someone else, because there is still a chance that maybe Sangare doesn't turn into the player that he has been before coming to Nottingham Forest. So it is too risky to just put all your eggs in the Sangare basket. Even I wouldn't be stupid enough to do that. But if we were, let's just say that bid from was accepted for Fofana, my God, that would have been a hell of a signing. And it is showing the intentions of Forest, that Forest are looking potentially to spend big. We have seen a lot of signing on the youth level side, the young guns, if you like. Couple of million here for the likes of Eric Da Silva, couple of million, then send out Marco on loan to Olympiacos and what have you. But I still do expect in this window Forest to make a couple of big catches, because that's the Marinakis way after all. But how do you guys feel about this link? Do you think it's the right position, like me, that we need to recruit in as a CDM? Now, he can play as an 8. He is a brute of a player and what have you. There's not many of them about though. This position for me is the second hardest to fill after getting a striker. Wingers grow on trees. Centre-backs are technically replaceable. CDMs that can control the game and control that midfield are a rare breed, and that's why you see price tags in the hundreds of millions when it comes to these type of players. Look how much Declan Rice went to Arsenal for. Look how much Caicedo went to Chelsea for, and so on and so forth. They are expensive because they are the heartbeat of that midfield and technically of the team. I would have loved this signing, but to keep you updated on it, he is going to AC Milan. He is happy to go to AC Milan. The fees in terms of his wages and everything else have been agreed, and they're fine for both parties. And this one looks like he's going to AC Milan, but Forest's intentions are clear. But what are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, let's move on to the weird and wonderful story of Jonjo Shelvey. Now, we put out a short yesterday based on a lot of reports that we were seeing that Jonjo is a red, which is baffling in itself because we saw the whole fiasco last summer where Forest loaned him out to Ricepor in Turkey, and then had to terminate that loan because we went over the international limit. Terminate the contract because we went over the international limits, and therefore almost technically had to release him on a free. And we all forgot about it, and it was all fine and dandy. And then Jonjo, a couple of months back, said that he was happy to stay in Turkey and he hoped that Forest could agree a deal to make his loan move a permanent one, which was like the pin out the grenade and, you know, chuck it in. And reports as well coming out yesterday from a lot of sources saying that Forest were in negotiations for Jonjo to get him on a permanent move. Forest wanted 6 million euros. Ricepor wanted to pay about 4 million euros. You'd expect they probably end up on like 5 or something. So just to clarify everything, we have spoken to, well, very, very reliable sources on this. Jonjo is categorically not a red. He's done. He's not on the books. We don't own him, anything like that. Now, what the actual story is, did we terminate him based on last year? Why is he saying he's still a red? What's going on with these reports? We are still getting to the bottom of it, but we have been confirmed categorically that Jonjo is not a Forest player. So, fear not, you guys who got worried yesterday and suddenly the image of Harry Arter coming to everyone's mind. We haven't got one of those on our hands. Now, had he been a Forest player, would I have been against him coming back? Look, what he did off the pitch was horrific and can't be forgiven. If we put that to one side, could he have offered something in that midfield? I don't know, he's not a bad player. The Newcastle fans still love him. The ones out in Turkey want to sign him up because of his performances for them last season. But I just think we can do a lot better. And I can't overlook what he did off the field. If you haven't seen what he did off the field, I'll leave the video from last year, whenever it was, on the end screen for you. So make sure you check that out. But get your thoughts in on Jonjo. Are you pleased to know that he's no longer a red? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, let's give you some further developments on Yakubu, the centre-back that we were talking about yesterday. And I'm sorry, I said he was Bologna yesterday, not Udinese. Slip of the tongue, apparently. I should be hung for it. But the Udinese player is definitely high on Forest's priority list. There are reports that this is starting to progress, and Forest will be looking at about 17 million euros to get him from Udinese across to Nottingham Forest, which is about 14.5 million, which I think is an absolute bargain for the quality of player he is. So that's the latest on him, and it is moving. However, we are going to bring you some breaking news, and because would he be Murillo's replacement? Well, off the back of this news, then the answer has to surely be yes, as Wolves of all teams are showing signs, and there are whispers going around that they are admirers of Murillo. Ah, dear. Oh dear. They may as well be admirers of Haaland as well. I'm sure they are. That doesn't mean he's going to Wolves. So for you Wolves fans, before you get excited about Murillo going to Molineux, I'm not even editing this out. I can't stop laughing at it. But apparently Wolves want Murillo as well. So take from that what you will. Is Yakubu gonna be the replacement for when Murillo goes to Wolves? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Okay, let's talk about a more serious topic, and this is about Hwang and the alleged allegations against him. Now, I'm not going to go into details about this because no doubt there's some legal proceedings and lawyers and crap that we can't get involved in, but he is technically a Forest player, so I want to bring it to your attention. And he will be going to trial to face the charges on his alleged encounters, shall we say, with two women. So that's going ahead. What that means for his future at Nottingham Forest, I don't know. Will it mean Forest terminate the contract? Will it mean Forest support him? Will it mean Forest distance themselves from him? I have no idea on this. And like I said, I don't want to go into it too much because now this has gone to court and everything. I assume it's something we can no longer talk about, but I'm just here to make you aware about the situation on him. And that really does bring you up to date with your Forest news. And start crying because apparently Wolves are going to get Murillo. If you're sad about Murillo going to Wolves, make sure you've hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And if you want to know the old school story about Shelvey, check it out on the end screen. I'll leave it there for you now. And go grab your tickets for those Anderson boots. Scan the QR code. Come on, you Reds.